Barbell Financial on X.com really shook the tree, ruffled a lot of feathers, touched a nerve with the finance bros. Also, had the most banger post I've seen all year. October 25th, 2025, he posted, "The only good mortgage is a paid off one. Our biggest monthly expense is gone. Money bag emoji, a fellow man of culture. Screenshot. $0 loan balance, 2.625 rate, 15-year term. Here's the kicker, 7.6 million views and counting. This is how you rage bait in 2025. I'm taking notes. Absolute unit of a post. Largest view count I've seen for a finance post on X.com that I can remember since Elon Musk bought the whole thing. Brennan Schlagbaum commented, "Best decision I've made, agreeing with Barbell." Kilo said, "If you can borrow money at 2.625%, why would you ever pay it off? That's like free money," basically not agreeing with Barbell. Alan Mueller posting one of my favorite meme formats, the middle IQ guy saying, "But what about the spread?" The guys on the high and low end saying, "I'm paying off my mortgage early." Jeff Park, "This is actually financial illiteracy." Ooh, spicy. Alimentarius with the screenshots saying Mark Zuckerberg has a mortgage despite being one of the world's wealthiest individuals. Obviously, there's a lot of division here, two sides of the issue, clearly with their own supporters. When finance bros get all heated like this, it's not a good look. Let's just be honest. When the feelings get involved with the money, it gets messy. So I'm in the middle. I just wanted to say congratulations to Barbell Financial for being in that position to begin with. Last time I checked, homes are a few 100,000 fun coupons at least, and making the right decision for him and his family based on their specific situation. So I wanted to explain both sides of the issue. Pay the mortgage down early versus keep the loan with the free money super low rate, because I think a lot more people are on the "if I could pay off my mortgage, I would" camp. And if you choose to pay off a mortgage, there's some things you might want to watch out for that nobody seems to be talking about because we're all emotional. So, okay, I'll do it. Here's an image we've seen before. The number on the ground is either a 6 or a 9, depending on where you're standing. Nobody is right or wrong. It's just a matter of perspective. Exact same situation with Barbell's tweet, by the way. Reports say that 40% of homes in America have no mortgage. So, one reason, before we get carried away, is because at some point, if you're in the home for a long enough time, you eventually pay off the loan. And then, with everything going on in the world, some people just don't want to deal with the bill anymore. So, let's address paying off a mortgage early despite having a low rate, then get into why keeping it as an option as well, then go over some of the missed points. So first, if you're in a position to have a chunk of cash large enough to pay off a mortgage, even if you have a low rate, when you do pay it off, that bill goes to zero immediately. The largest bill for most people month to month is eliminated. That's a lot of freed up cash flow and an expense that doesn't need to be counted for if you have a slow month, year, loss of a job entirely, emergency that eats up savings. It helps protect against the uncontrollable and unknown. That's the payoff the mortgage came. For most people, pretty easy to see why that's appealing. The other side is looking at this saying 2.625% is basically the rate of inflation. If you could take the lump sum and do something with it, typically invest it, stocks, real estate, businesses, dare I say crypto, and effectively make more money with the cash instead. You don't have to get too crazy either, depending on rates. The cash might even get 3% of the savings account with no investment risk at all. And then, of course, increasing risks, increasing profits in other asset classes. So that's the keep the low rate mortgage side. So whatever works for you works for me. I think that's how most people really feel about the issue. But there is a few concerns I have with paying off a mortgage early that I don't see being talked about enough. So one of the biggest ones being that your credit score might take a hit. So if you're planning on taking out a loan for a business, another home, maybe it's to help your kid pay for school, whatever it is, that mortgage account with the revolving payment and history is no longer a thing. It's not factoring into your credit score calculations. I know what you're thinking. Why would my credit score go down? I just paid off a house. I'm not shelling out thousands of dollars every month. I'm more lendable because my income didn't go down, and I have more cash flow because I don't have this big loan. And I agree, but that's the way a credit score is calculated. It is what it is. Something you might want to look into before you take the leap. Also, just keep in the back of your mind, if you decide to go no mortgage, however much cash you use to pay it off, that's money that can't be used anymore. That may not mean much if you aren't planning on investing, but it also means it's not liquid capital you can use for a rainy day emergency situation. You'd also miss out on the investment returns, should there even be any. Some people find that might be more beneficial, but it's pros and cons. Maybe, depending on your situation, there may be some interests you can no longer deduct depending on your personal circumstances and way of filing taxes. Also, inflation isn't working for you since you no longer have a huge debt, which isn't getting less valuable as time goes on. And I'm seeing this less and less, but maybe there's a prepayment penalty on the loan, so watch out for that. Like we've already established, all pros and cons and trade offs, no right answers. But congratulations all around if you're in that position. Anyway, that's the Finance Bro drama. Check out barbellfinancial.com. The comments for the tweet are extremely entertaining. I'll see you later.